Blog Talk Radio.
It's going down, folks. Whether you want to be a star, whether you want to be rich, or whether you know these people, their time is up.
Welcome to the Yasha Allah radio show, where truth is always true.
Well, obviously we have a rapist in Lincoln Park.
Shai, Barakatah, Israel, broadcasting live, Illinois, Midwest, Central Time. Good afternoon. Some things we don't even have to say really, because as fast as we make the shows, it's just like they're telling you a story before we even start talking about the segment. You know, I mean, that's why we know we can't make the stuff up. We know that we are at the latter times based on what we see in the media and based on what we see in the confusion of our own folk. Our people love to be illusionists. I call them musicians, because they're not telling you what's really out here. They're telling you what you want to hear about following a dream, going to college, etc. But what they haven't told you is the consequences and the choice you're going to have to make in order to be wealthy, be rich, to be amongst the stars. You get that, right? And to be in the limelight and to walk the red carpet. You haven't told us half the things, not even a pinch, a notion of the things that you're going to have to do if you're willing to be in that limelight of stardom. You have no idea. Now, some of you guys think you know, and the sad part about it, a lot of you think that you can play the game so well that you can make the money. When they get ready to ask you to join and to accept these oaths, you're going to jump out. Listen, you're playing with the devil, man. Satan ain't going to have that. See, when you come into the devil's square, that's the masonry. That's why I call it the devil's square. When you get ready to cross over, you can't play with Satan like that, because he already knows. If you know who Satan is and you believe in him, you're not going to even knock on his door, because he knows that you know the consequences, that the Most High most likely ain't going to be with you, because you can't partake with both tables. But you got folks out there, especially a young crowd, that they think they got so much swagger that they can play both sides, and they get caught up. You know, I mean, I just want to do it for the artistic of it. That's what they say, right? I'm just going to show my art. Then I'm getting out. Satan knows how you think, because you're coming in his territory with no light. And when you come in his territory with no light, he knows the Lord is not with you. So he has a chance to do whatever he wants to you. There was a brother that almost drowned in, I think, 2006 or 2007 I put it on Facebook for you brothers and sisters to gravitate to, and I know only a handful looked at it, right? And the reason I said that, because it was something interesting that the brother saw when he was on the other side. And how he described things lets me know that the brother was on the other side. See, it wasn't so much of this beautiful light that everybody talks about. He came back and da-da-da-da-da. What he described is exactly how the darkness is when your soul, you're going to be introduced to Satan. So the brother saw what he thought was light was two pillows, and it was two stones of light, which was lit to light up Satan's territory. And the thing that how he described Satan was really the Baphomet. But see, his brother had no idea he was describing the Baphomet. He said he had a head like a horn and a real king-like face. Well, that's the Baphomet. We've been telling you forever that the Baphomet is nobody but Satan. He plays both parts, male and female. You see this, right? So nevertheless, the brother described Satan sitting on top of nothing but gold coins, which is wealth. See, that's what Satan is about, wealth. That's why when you pray to Satan, he doesn't wait an eternity to make you rich. He makes you rich overnight. The Lord don't work that way, because you're not put on this earth to be rich. You're put on this earth and in captivity in America to realize the things that you didn't do, what the Father asked of you, which is follow his law, statutes, and commandments. Not 10 commandments, but 614 law, statutes, and commandments. So by not doing that, you've been in captivity, not once but twice. The first time was in Egypt. Now here you are in America, and you still don't understand it. No matter how many times we break it down, I even put it in a song, and you still don't get it. And those are those folks who are not going to get it and who's not meant to get it. And so we're not trying to get you to get it because we know the Lord is not with you. You get this? So having said that, Satan gives you all of this glory, all this music, and all this talent, and all this money. And why does he do that? Because once he knows he gives you some glory, he got you. Now, at the same time, after he gets you in his web, here come the rituals. All we want you to do, brother, you're part of a game. The police have this. I mean, this is how they break it to you. The police have their crew. The government has their crew. The CIA has their crew. The Bloods and Crips have their crew, and we got our crew. We want to know that we can count on you. So every now and then, we want to see you put your hands in the pyramid. That's just let the brothers know that you're down with us. I also want you to throw it to goat every now and then. And they done changed the hand signs here and there, right? You agree to that. You say, shit, ain't no big deal. Okay. They said, let's see what he say. He said, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, brother, we also want to tell you, come to the party tonight because we got some more stuff to tell you. You see that? And once they get you in that room, they're going to tell you, don't you ever tell the secrets. Ever. And they can tell you some hard stories about people who told secrets before you and what happened before you. You see this, right? So now you're kind of nervous, like, damn, what have I got into? That's just the beginning. Because they haven't even asked you to have sex. Or they haven't even asked you to have sex with the so-called Jewish people who's in charge. That's coming. Now, brother, you at this level right now. We want to put you in the $10, $20 million club because you have potential to be like Kanye. Are you willing to go that extra mile? Okay, I'm cool. Come to the party tonight. That's the Pandora box. In that party, sometimes the only person going to be there is you. It may not be a big party. The party that you saw before you thought was flamboyant, but now the party is you, about 5, 6 people in costumes or 5, 6 people you don't even see, but you're the main leader. Why? Because they're going to bust you in your behind. Okay? It is what it is. So a lot of folks have no idea about crossing over with masonry, getting to the music industry, to get into pictures, to getting on a certain level. Okay? It is what it is. We're not here to try to win you over. We're not here to try to make you believe what we say is true, what we're doing, and hoping that you jump on the bandwagon. I could care less. We have done so many shows and so many films, and every time we do, they come out and tell them themselves. We don't have to keep proving these. We don't have to have a DVD to show you that Will Smith took penis in the butt, to show you that Martin Lawrence slept with men, to show you that Quincy Jones done bumped every black man that has been in Hollywood to make a living, to get their stardom. He slept with all of them. We don't have to necessarily prove anything because they've proven it themselves. It's been shown every day, you see. So it is what it is. So today's show is called what? The Boule equals Black Hollywood. Time is up. The description, they have lied to us all when it comes to living well, being educated, having talent, having wealth. What they didn't tell us or tell you is that in order to have any of those things, one has to sell their soul, sleep with sodomites, perform black magic with children, commit a blood sacrifice, etc. Now the chickens are coming home to roost. Here's the kicker. Watch the demonic fools ask for help in supporting their cause, because now they see full circle that the elite has them marked for death. They will scandal, kill them, and sets of threes. Why? It's numerology equals Satan's will. Now run, tell that. So we don't have the audacity to basically get on here and feed the folks nonsense and hopefully that you understand and make you feel better about yourself. It is what it is. Okay? We're not going to sit here and play devil's advocate. And since I've been telling folks these things, since my denial of 3 contracts, folks been always, well, who said what? Who said, how you know? How you know? Prove it. You know, it is what it is. So the show is wide open. We want to let folks know that in order to get into that world, you're going to be a part of the Boule. It's going to be over you, whether you want to believe it or not. It's been proven over and over. And when they give you the truth and give you the understanding of what you have to do, and if you do not do what they're told you to do, you're going to have consequences, just like Cat Williams. Now, Cat Williams asked for forgiveness. They'll let him back in, but he's going to go through some rituals in order for them to trust him again. That's the way it rolls. It is what it is. Okay? So, Israel, that's what we're talking about today. Boule. It is what it is, right? So, I see some guy. I'm seeing my chat room. I just started looking at my chat room. Some cat believe that he knows the Boule or whatever. Okay, brother. Let's see what's on your mind. You're on the Yasha Radio Show. Speak.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Lorna. I'm calling from the Philadelphia area. I just wanted to chime in because I fully disagree with a lot of what you're saying. And honestly, I know you said it once before that you don't have to prove any of this. But honestly, let's be real. When you say something that's real, factual, you can prove it. There's evidence to prove it. But what you're saying, you haven't proved, but you've given examples of things that have absolutely nothing to do with it and try to make a connection with the things that really there is no connection. Like in the chat room alone, there's been statements about how Satan was given a gift of music. So what does that have to do with black musicians?
What's your point? I'm trying to get to what exactly you saying that's not true.
All of it. I feel as though this is all not a conspiracy theory. I'm not going to give you that much. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say that all of this is just a lot of hatred and misguidedness, and a lot of it hasn't just recently happened. It hasn't happened since
but how is hatred
his books and
when
videos,
it's proven? How is it hatred when it's proven that they cross over and they do it? They prove it that they cross over. They put it in commercials. They put it in Super Bowls that they cross over in order to make a statement, as well as they get ready to do a sacrifice, as well as they did Whitney Houston, Left Eye, all the rest of them. Are you in the industry?
First, okay.
Are you in the industry? Are you in the industry?
As a person, me, what I do has nothing to do with...
No. It has a lot to do with it, because evidently you're working for the powers that be.
You are
taking it personal.
Host with a lot of...
You're taking it too personal, honey.
I'm not taking it personal.
Your lifestyle. That's your lifestyle.
It's not my lifestyle.
Well, this is not your lifestyle. Why are you taking it so personal?
You don't know me. I don't know you. I'm not going to implicate...
Listen, you don't run the show. This is Yashala Radio. You don't like the facts that's being stated because you know some faggot niggas that getting taken up the ass and some bitches that sucking dick that get contracts, and you probably one of them. Don't come on here like you running something, because what you don't believe, we don't care what you don't believe.
Okay, I'm sorry. Listen, let me introduce myself again. My name is Lorna. I'm 21 years old. I'm
and you don't know a
7 months
damn
married.
thing. You don't have no idea of what you're talking about. You're just one of them people who want to be a star. You have no idea about the industry.
Are you
21
serious?
years old, you're
I'm
talking
in
piss
school
and
for
vinegar.
nursing. I came across your
What the hell are
radio
you talking about? You're going to school
accident.
for nursing. You haven't even lived. You don't even know what the hell's going on. You're talking piss and vinegar, young girl. I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, but you don't know nothing about the industry. You don't know nothing about the industry. You're sucking on somebody's dick to somebody like you know some
I know
questions.
plenty about the industry.
You don't know a damn thing about the industry. Even if anybody in your family in the industry, they taking dick up their ass. Trust that.
Why would you say that, sir? Do you know any of my family?
That's what they do.
Know who I'm
How many contracts have you been ordered? How many contracts have you been given? How many people have taken you to Pandora's box? How many people have offered you millions of dollars to work at a contract so you can be a star? How many contracts have you been offered?
Your name is Yashar.
How many contracts have you been offered? How many contracts you been offered?
Excuse me, sir. You just bombarded me with a whole bunch of...
How many contracts you been ordered? You came on the show debunking what we say. At 21 years old, you don't have a clue, girl. What are you talking about? You know the industry. What the hell are you talking about? Kanye, Jay-Z fan going to nursing, and you're going for something. Hopefully you may get a job in nursing.
I'm sorry, but I have not yet
once
spoke on what my genre of music is, what my taste in music or my taste in fashion is. So for you to feel as though you know me as an individual, like, I don't understand. Like,
what are you talking about? You came on the show assuming that you know everything about what's going on in the industry. You said that. You have no idea what you're talking about.
I called in to give facts and to see your response. What facts you have? What, you ain't dropping nothing. Can I tell you a fact? Because you're cutting me off.
You need to hurry up because you ain't running the show, girlfriend. You got 1 minute.
You said I was running the show. I called in.
Tell me something. You ain't saying shit, girl.
Well, when I called in, I was trying to speak with you, but then you wanted to attack me.
No. You didn't try to speak with me. You instantly said that what we're saying is speculation. It doesn't mean nothing. That doesn't go on hatred.
What I said was a fact. You have yet to state a fact on your show. You made statements about fictional things and then try to coincide that with...
A person like you want to see the video, right? You want to see the writing on the wall. So then you say, oh, I get it now. What do we have to prove to you?
No, I don't need that whatsoever because I know facts. I have facts. I understand what's going on.
What do you want to say? You're getting boring. What do you want? Why are you on my show? What's up?
I'm on your show just to understand why. Why are you personally making this show about why black people in the Hollywood industry are somewhat masons or devils or demons or worshippers of some kind of idol just because they've become famous and successful with their gifts and talents?
Listen, that doesn't happen, right? What I'm just saying, that's just speculation because that really don't happen. It's just true talent. That's all it's about, right?
You said what?
It's just about talent, right? It ain't got nothing to do with masonry, black magic, selling sorcery, nothing that. It's just about talent, right?
What I'm saying, when people
yes
like
or
yourself...
no, is it about talent or is it about devil worshiping? Yes or no? It ain't what I'm saying. It's a yes or no question. Is it about talent or is it about devil worshiping?
People in Hollywood are in Hollywood.
Good night.
I don't have time to talk to her. That's a dumbass woman. See, this is the problem we having with Israel. Somebody obviously put this dumb child up to call me. Now, y'all already can see through the bullshit. You see what I'm saying? How can she sit there with a straight face and answer the question which she can't answer? It's a straight question. Is it about devil worshiping or is it about talent? That's all I'm asking. And we can debunk everything right now. Is it about talent or is it about devil worship? Just a simple question. Answer it. She can't even answer it because she knows someone in the industry is getting offended about what we're talking about because we eating up their alley and truth. Y'all see what we're saying. How can it not be about one or the other? I asked the question. Just answer the question. Then we got some dialogue. But you're not coming on the show, running the show. You ain't running this, girlfriend. So evidently you done saw my movies. You done saw the films. You done heard about what's going on. And somebody in your family is a Mason or somebody you know is deep in, and they decide you call and try to, how you going to debunk this? You can't even answer a question. It's a two-part question. Do you have to sell your soul? Is it about the devil worshiping or is it about talent? She can't even answer it. The first thing she said is, well, it's everybody each his own. How you going to tiptoe or dance around that? It's a simple question. Answer the damn question. Is it about devil worshiping? Is it about talent? She can't even answer it because she know the truth. 21 years old, you talking about you know the industry. You don't know a damn thing. You don't even know the first thing about what you're going into right now. But you're going to call here and say, that's just speculation. That's a damn fool. She probably one of them chicks on them videos shaking her ass trying to make a living and decide to take the money and go to college if she get lucky and get a job in medical. This is what I'm talking about, man. This chick here is the same women that we have on YouTube shaking their ass. What do a 21-year-old know about anything when it comes to this truth, about especially in the industry? Ain't never been offered a contract. Ain't never went to the parties. Ain't never rubbed elbows with entertainment attorney at 21 years old. Getting all offended because we getting into the heart of the matter, and I guarantee you somebody in her family is a numbnut. And what I mean by that is probably Boulay or someone that she knows personally. Come on, man, get real. She's talking like a damn fool, man. Don't call here acting like you're going to get the facts straight. You're going to set the facts straight. And I'm asking you questions you can't even answer. That's let me know that you're young and dumb. There's grown men and women on this show, honey. We ain't talking about Kanye West and Jay-Z and Trey Songz. We're talking about what they do and how they get their money in order to stay in the game. Yeah, that don't happen. How's it not happening? We done proved it on many accounts. There's no such thing as crossing over, right? There's no masonry floor, right? They put it in all their commercial. That thing that Madonna did for the Super Bowl, that was all fake, right? The Whitney Houston death had nothing to do with masonry and Clyde Davis devil worshiping, right? With sorcery and numerology, right? This girl is out of her fucking mind, man. So a woman like that need a head peel. You need to find that chick and split her fucking head open. And then she'll get the real truth, right? Let's go to the phone and see what Israel got on their mind, y'all. Good afternoon. You're on the Yasha Radio Show. What's your view on today's topic? Hello?
Was it me?
Are you on?
Hello, can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Yeah, what's up? This is Fred from calling from Cali. Yeah, that last caller, man, she's crazy. I don't know if she was an agent or not, but probably a Drake fan or something.
Drake.
Yeah,
do it up.
Right. I had my cousin used to work at the shoe store back in like 94, 95, and he used to meet a lot of celebrities. And, you know, he met Randy and Eazy-E and Bone Thugs and Harmon, all these, Ray J, way back in the day. He said, I forget her name, he met Suge Knight's wife, came here. She used to come in a few times. And she used to talk, I forget my cousin's coworker, but she told my cousin's coworker that Suge Knight and some of his buddies used to go to some club, and they used to all get together and have gay sex together. This is way back in '94. This is before I even got into this Illuminati. I've been doing studying on it for over 15 years. But at that time, I was kind of in denial. I was like, oh, man, what you talking about, man? Dr. Dre, man, them dudes ain't gay, man. You know, my cousin told me that way back in '94, man, before the Tupac stuff, and ever since then, I had bought the book, The 13 Bloodlines of the Illuminati, and started getting some Steve Coakley DVDs and listening to your show, and it's just a natural progression. I think the last caller, a lot of people are like that. They're just naive. They're young. I mean, I'm in my late 30s. But when you're 21 and under, you just don't have the knowledge, the life experience to know what these dudes are doing. You know? And I think you do. I was going to ask you, did you hear about the, what do you think about the Allen Iverson thing? Because I have a funny feeling it's something he wouldn't do. That's why he won't be allowed in the league. At least it looks like he's boycotted.
Yeah.
You know?
Allen Iverson saw it a long time ago. He's got plenty of photos and pictures that he came out, and the reason that Allen got traded and all tossed over the place, he didn't want to perform the rituals or do any type of sacrifices, and he knew coming in that he was going to have to do one of these two things, to do the sacrifices and to do the rituals. So they start trading him, you know, and they start sending him to different places. So Allen Iverson is on the brink of being broke, and he's trying to get in any way he can. Just like T.O., Terrell Owens, he just got fired off arena football, man. You see? Yeah.
Crazy. Oh, wow. I heard about that. And, I mean, that's what is arena football or something like that. I said, wow, this guy's getting traded like, you know, it's like a slave auction, you know. You don't really understand it the way the league is. But, yeah, I keep doing your thing, man. I enjoy your show. You're really putting out some great knowledge, and, you know, you're always going to have the naysayers. You know, they want to stick their head in the sand, but they got to get up there. And, by the way, I'll let you go. I bought that about 2 weeks ago. I bought that Clive Davis DVD. Oh, man, that Sam Cooke and that Jimi Hendrix stuff was just off the chain, man. That was unbelievable.
Yeah, our people need to realize that, and as you notice, brother, they're getting younger, and that's like those Kanye Wests and Jay-Z. Every time they listen to those DVDs and every time they go to those shows, he puts spells on them. That's the thing. See, that's the thing with voodoo. People that say they don't believe in it, they don't have no light in them. They got nobody to fight for them because we're in a spiritual warfare, whether they want to believe it or not. And when they know that you don't believe it, that you say you don't believe in it, that's how they can put subliminal messages in you. And that's what the last caller, she don't even know she's a walking demon with spells, and she has no idea. Most of our young women are like that. That's why they're on Facebook and YouTube shaking their asses, trying to do anything for money. And that's our young society today. So we don't have a society. Hopefully the people in their late 20s and early 30s will be the ones that get the light bulb turned on, because the younger crowd, they're gone. They're just Soulja Boy fans. That's it.
Yeah, they walking in the dark and, you know, they're afraid of the light. You know.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's a lot of the problems with our youth today. You know, they're afraid of truth. They're on that whole Lil Wayne, Homo Thug, you know, Rick Ross, big madness. And so it's a very materialistic society, nothing spiritual. So they train our young youth to run after money and wealth, forget about God, forget about family, and just worry about yourself and that whole individualism thing. And it's not going to, you know, for black people, we got to come together as a collective. Otherwise, we're gonna sink into this this toilet pit called America, because I think they're about to wrap it up, whether it's martial law or crash the dollar, whatever the hell they're going to do. We got to be prepared for anything, you know, and stop chasing them stars, that X Factor, that American Idol nonsense, that The Voice, and all these demons like CeeLo and Randy Jackson and J-Lo and all these guys are they saw a long-ass time ago. They've been on this. They didn't give up. They just say, hey, I want money, I want fame. My thing is, like, mansion is nice, but, I mean, what good is a mansion if it's a prison, you know? If fame is a fishbowl. You know, it don't make no sense if you can't leave where you want to go. Someone else tell you gotta answer to them. So Clive Davis is like your God, you know. Yeah. And I would not push it. It's not worth it. Just you know, do your own thing, do your own business, whatever. But the Hollywood thing, because after I saw your DVD, man, I saw what they did to Otis Redding, and I was like, man, they've been doing this for a long time. Everybody tripping off Whitney Houston and Donna Summer, and I'm like, man, they've been doing this for
They've been doing it for a grip, man, for a long time. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're right about Madonna, man. That whole ritual, that whole whatever that headdress she had on, she did that, and then 6 days later, Whitney dies in a hotel, and I'm like, man, come on, you gonna have a party while somebody is dead? 4 stories up. I mean that. I'm like, man, and Puff Daddy up there talking about, I love Clive Davis, and I know he was really, he really didn't know if he wanted to have this party. He was really torn. I'm like, that fool wasn't torn, man. That was a satanic ritual. And you know it, too. You sitting up there lying, you lying ass. But, yeah, good show, man. Keep it up. I know there's some celebrities out there listening. I'm sure they're trying to get at you, but stay on the grind. Don't let them sway you. Keep doing your thing, man. You're doing a good job.
The water.
All right, shalom.
Sure. It is what it is, Israel. So we know that we have to do what we do. We stay in the spirit. We don't sway off, man. Y'all know how we do, right? So my deal is this: if you know you love celebrities, you know you love the industry, why even bother to call? Because you ain't gonna sway Yashala Radio. She couldn't even pronounce the name. You see how ignorant she was? You know, she was trying to, what's your show called? Yasha. You see that? What that tell us, Israel, I'm glad that she called in. And I'm glad that you brothers and sisters will be able to go back and listen to it. I believe the girl was put up to call. I ain't never called listen, how long we been on this air, man? Now, y'all know been doing films forever, right? But how long we been on this Yashala Radio? For 3.5 years. When was listen, how many times have I talked about the boule? I mean, it's ongoing, right? While of a sudden now, this chick called out the blue and tried to defend the industry. Now, that's what she was doing. Y'all keep it 100. It had nothing to do with me. Her main motive was to defend the industry, and she did a very terrible job. The first thing she should have did is ask some questions, and she couldn't, because it is an evil that comes with the contract. You get this. The way the girl was talking, she was put up to do what she do, and she did a terrible job. So all you Boule members, while y'all listen to Yashala Radio, you need to be watching Clyde Davis, because Clyde Davis and the rest of the elite has you guys marked. Isn't that strange? Just look at Black Hollywood, how they losing their wealth, how they walking away from their homes in Beverly Hills, how they dropping dead, and they sitting back listening. I gotta sit back and see what Yashala Radio doing. Come on, man. You got bigger fish to fry, yo. You got huge fish to fry. You get this, right? Keep it, man. Let's go. You Boule niggas are killing me. Y'all some. I mean, this is the thing with the Boule. They good about taking their own out. They good about getting Jesse Jackass, Al Sharpton, to come at you. But they won't touch Clyde Davis. They won't touch none of his minions. You get that, right? This is how weak they are, because they believe they can kill their own and nothing happens. But when it comes to the other side coming at them, they run with their tail between their legs. And I'm going to tell you, I know for a fact that a hit is on all of them. But they taking one out at a time, and they in sets of threes. I mean, damn, just look at the obituaries, right? It is what it is. And to make matters even better, why don't we even send Satan a little message with his minions calling us, right? We're going to give Satan a variety. And we got some more phone calls in the making, right? Check this out. We're going to go to Revelation 18 and 21. Listen, because the people who defend Hollywood, they have no light, and they don't believe in no scriptures. They only believe in what they want to believe, because they say
everyone is a star. That's that Egyptology craziness of Hollywood, because Hollywood mixes Egyptology into their beliefs as well, right? Okay. It is what it is. Let's go to Revelation 18:21. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more in it all. And basically, America has become the new Babylon. Why? Because everybody's drinking of her wine. Everybody tasted her fornication. Why is that? There's no other country that everyone wants to be like, because in this country you can marry a dog, you can marry a mule, you can have sex with children, you can do anything you want to. You can marry a man, and it's legal. So she's become the new Babylon, the ancient new Rome. Okay? Revelation 18:22 says, And the voice of harpers, musicians, for you craving boulets and media-loving celebrities, this is their judgment. That's why your favorite celebrities are being killed by their own hands that be. The scriptures read 18:22, And the voice of harpers and musicians and pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee. And the craftsmen of whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in thee. And the sound of millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee. It is talking about those who rule the industry of entertainment. That's why you see them falling like, what? Dominoes. I don't care what there's always some type of entertainer just falling like dominoes in sets of threes. Why is that? Because they do everything in numerology. You get this, right? So, listen, let's go to Revelation 18:23. And the light of the candle shall shine no more at all in thee. The voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more all in thee. For the merchants were the great men of the earth. For by sorceries were all nations deceived. They do everything in sorceries. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's what they do. When Clyde did go in a room and get ready to talk to his people, he do everything in sorcery. When a lot of folks in these industries, there's a level that you go up. There's a level of industry of wealth that you go up. And the ones that's higher up and the ones that already done took the oath, before they do their demo sessions, they pray to Satan. Then they start their demo sessions. That's the way they roll. And when they come out in the public and they say, God is everything, they're not talking about the Heavenly Father who created heaven and earth. They're talking about God, Babylonian gods. That's the way they roll. The people don't understand. They're not talking about the God of heaven and earth, because the Lord's name is not God. His name is Yahweh. Okay? His son name is not Jesus. It's Yahweh Shai. How do we know this? Because the letter J is 300 years old. Well, how can the letter J be 300 years old and the scripture's been around for over 2,000 years? There's a lie somewhere. There's some deceitful people going around telling this habitual lie. The Ku Klux Klan was the main ones behind Christianity. It was a way to control the minds. Not only is the way to control the mind, but it's the way to offset the people, to make riches off the people, called the 501c3. So when people come to try to debunk what we give you guys, and you got proof to check on these things yourself, check on the letter J and find out how long it's been in existence. And you see that the letter J only been in existence over 300 years. So the Lord's name couldn't be Jesus, right? It's Yahweh Shai, and his father Yahweh. You see this, right? And you see that the Ku Klux Klan had a lot to do with Christianity, because those Ku Klux Klan members are now Masonry Brotherhood that also controls Black Hollywood. We don't have to prove this, because it's already right in our face. You can just go look at it. If you got two eyes and an ear, if you can hearken to truth. But if you would trade songs and try to be the Wayne and try to express that everybody's just people and people just people, you're a damn fool. Let's go to the phones, Israel. Good afternoon. You're on the Yashala Radio Show. What's your view on today's topic?
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah, brother. It seems led to me that the first lady that had called in, she was not aware of all that you were making mention of. And I think what she was saying was that it seems that what you're speaking about is false, not pertaining to what you're saying on today's topic, but pertaining to everything that you're making mention of in a whole. Because she doesn't understand why you even bring out scriptures. You know, she's trying to understand why you coincide in the scriptures with that which is happening in the industry. not realizing that the scripture contains everything that is happening today in today's world, and much more to come that she will eventually see, such as the trials and tribulations. And that what you're speaking about is just that she and everybody else that's on the line has to go and do their own research. Don't just take everything what Brother Yash is saying at face-based value. You got to study for and study against at all times. On today's topic, brother, it seems to me that many of these artists, they mean well. Many of them culture rappers and culture singers, they come in and they mean well, I'm trying to think, Chaos, the brother meant well, but after a while, there's only so much that they can do that's culturally, it's only things they can do that's righteous before they have to, before they get pressured by their record labels or by their heads. They get pressured and say, okay, you got to step it up now. You got to start attracting those so that we can bring in the bucks. And they can't say no. Why? Because they have already signed the contract. Right. Whether they were aware of it or not, it's a saying, ignorance is no excuse to law. So you can't say you didn't know. You signed it, Right. So the thing is, these things are all in the scriptures. The remedy is actually in the scriptures, even pertaining to law. I'm going to bring out a scripture. Oh, shucks, where's my Bible? Bear me one sec, brother. This is Exodus. Here we go. I had it right from me. Exodus 35, right? Exodus 34, verse 12. Take heed to thyself, lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land whither thou goest. So be careful of the contracts that you make. Understand what you're reading in the contract. Don't just sign a contract because, I'm going to get a bus right now. My name's going to get known, and I'm going to get all these girls and the flashing cars and the big 96-acre house, and I'm going to be balling. It makes no sense, man. Know what you're reading. Right. Understand what words mean. She can't pronounce her name because she has no understanding of what Yasharala means, not realizing that she probably is of the same individual. She probably is of Israel, but she doesn't know because she just she hasn't done the research. The scripture makes mention his people were destroyed for lack of knowledge. The ass knows his master. We continue to make ourselves servants to a master that is not our master. The so-called, the different nations, let me put it like that. So the thing is, it's all in the remedy is all in law. There's nothing wrong with music. That's not what Brother Yash is making mention. He's not saying that music is the devil. It just so happened that the devil is now using the music to mess up and poison your mind, poison your psyche. And that's why we must seek after the things first and foremost that are beneficial to the soul, which leads to the kingdom of the Most High Almighty. For real.
Right.
That's all I got to say, brother.
Appreciate it, Bach. Shalom.
Shalom.
When you get men of lords and men of hosts to speak, they speak well. And the brother put it on in one circle. I totally agree that when brothers get them tracks, they have no idea of taking these oaths and rituals. They just want to make a good living. But man, once you sign, you get caught up. And that's why, what's that girl named Jasmine Sullivan, something like that. She could sing her behind off. She's a real good singer. And she's tired of the industry already. She made one album. And why come y'all think she ain't dropped the second one? Because she's rebelling. She see what she has to do. She didn't sign up for the rituals, but she didn't get it. They was telling her the first time what this was going to be, but she signed out. She didn't sign her name in blood thus far. Now they're still trying to get her to come back and finish that album. Jasmine Sullivan, y'all remember her, right? She said she do not like being controlled. People don't even understand why she's saying that. Remember the little girl called Tiffany? She went on a Twitter race and say, man, this industry is wicked. They say all these things that people do, I ain't down with that. They made her apologize. Remember the group B2K? That boy did get molested. But the problem with him, instead of him telling his story and sticking to it and getting off YouTube, he kept making paparazzi out of himself. And it became comical because he was whining and making mockery out of himself too much.
Okay? Ask yourself, how did Ray J get on the same level as Whitney Houston if they did not bump him up in the industry to make him as equal as Whitney? How? All Ray J know is he slept with Kim Kardashian. That was it. That what Brandy's little brother. And all of a sudden he got VH1 show slept up with Whitney Houston. Can't y'all see the writing on the wall? You see. Now, that part about it, we say this all the time. When someone of rituals in the industry, y'all, what I'm saying, y'all sit back with your mouths open like, oh, my God, I can't believe this. But the Most High told us that all don't supposed to get it. And we get that now. And we see that in the last times they're going to be fighting like tooth and nail. But when that dollar fall and they force this chip, that little young chick that was on here talking all that mess, the Lord going to flash it in her head, and she's going to be like, let me try to see if I can get that, brother. No, you should not find it. We use scriptures, little girl, to debunk what's going on in the industry. The scriptures tell us everything that's going on. The scripture that I read to you in Revelation 18 and 21, 22, 23, it's the music industry. It's what's going on in the industry and what's going to happen in the industry, meaning the music industry is not going to be profitable in the last days the way it was in the beginning days. You see this? So they can make up any laws that they want. They can crash any internet they want. The industry will not be as popular as it was, as it has been, because their time is up. They even thinking about bringing Arsenio Hall back. Then you know the industry doing bad. Since when they went back to bring back one of our own people. You get this, right? Then they not just try the George Lopez show. What did it do? They put Conan O'Brien. They bumped him for him because this is a Caucasian man's world. This is their kingdom. America is a white man's kingdom. You get this, right? So they go back and say, let's bring back Arsenio Hall. We can get some black ratings because they're not making the money they used to making. People are not buying music. They download music. It's called YouTube. YouTube has become the new Napster. It's senseless to argue. But when people come up against us, we try to answer the questions, but when people are ignorant and they're accusing us of doing these things, and all that we did is bring them out. You can do your own research. We bring them out with scriptures because the truth cut like a knife. And because you can't take it, and we're supposed to back down and adhere to you and say, well, people are just stars, and you can be what you want to be. That's what they want you to believe. They want you to believe in a host of dreams, that things can prosper for you if you just put your best foot forward, right? That's what T.D. Jakes teach you. That's what Creflo Dollar teach you. That's what Eddie Long teach you. And every last one of them has some homosexuality in their closet. And why come when you find out Eddie Long been dipping and dabbing with a man that you just in shock? We've told you. We've told you how these people work. Sexual magic. They love having sex with children, man. That's where they roll. Let's take one more call, y'all. We have 12 minutes left on the clock. All right? And see what Israel have on their mind. Good afternoon. You're on the Yashal Radio Show. What's your view on today's topic?
Shalom. Can you hear me?
Shalom, Mark. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Dale from Detroit. I wanted to comment on, I guess her name is Laura. Lauren. Sorry if I got your name wrong. This is just a message to you if you're still listening. I see you in the chat room. A lot of things right now you're not going to be able to understand if you can't understand it right now. Like now it's so blatant. Like just think back 10 years ago. We wasn't hearing about things that Tiffany Evans did, talking about the industry, how it's wicked. Right now, they're talking about these things. It's right. It's like Satan's so arrogant, he put it in your face. Look at the intro to Family Guy. It seems today that all you see is violence in movies and sex on TV. If you can't see that the world is in the hands of the wicked, which is Satan, he got everything upside down. These guys are not just getting handouts. They got to do a lot of stuff with these Jewish men. John Travolta came out talking about, what was the guy, Yash? Didn't they say something about the masseuse? He wanted to give him, He told that the Jewish people run the industry. He's been sleeping with men. He just spilled it because they're getting tired. Go ahead, Art. Yeah, you see, it's coming out, man. I mean, everybody wants to see something visually. It doesn't make any sense. And then I saw her in the chat room. What's the girl named Lauren say? You got to look at it on the spirit, not the flesh. I'm looking at you in the spirit because if you came humble as a child, Josh wouldn't have to give it to you raw and uncut like that. And it's still loving this man. I haven't seen this man change. Back in the day, a couple of years ago, you would have been an Edomite and all that. but he gave himself room to change. All you got to do is come humble as a child, which you are. You know what I mean? Like, why do you feel so passionate about something that you don't know? Like, I don't know too much about the movie industry, but I know that the Mason letters are for real. A buddy of mine got one, and his mom burnt it up because he came and asked me about it. And it's real. They give it to you around October. They say you got 6 days to respond. They say you'll never fall off. You'll have endless wealth. You'll be able to hit the lottery, go to the casino, and win fortunes effortlessly. It's real. It's very real.
That's the very letter. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very real, and it's very, very scary because they didn't announce who they were, the Mason or the Boule, but you can just tell. You know, you can judge them by their fruit. And I just want her to know that just please open your heart and humble yourself and just listen. That's all you got to do is just listen and research it for yourself because he doesn't give you any information that you can't look up for yourself. It's not like he's a cult leader. So for you, young lady, just open your mind, open your heart, get into this Bible, and you'll be all right. And my second thing I wanted to say, Yash, it was a guy that lives on my block. I think he had some kind of, the garments he was wearing, he looked like an Egyptologist or whatever. So he gave me a flyer saying, you know, come to his classes on Sunday or whatever. And I was telling him about, you know, Israel or whatever, Israel. And he was saying, yeah, the Bible was only 2,000 years old, but, you know, the pyramids and everything like that stand for 6,000. I mean, you know, he was saying that that's been around for 6,000 years. Stuff like that I don't even take ear to because the Bible is the only thing that's been standing around. I mean, the only thing that stood still is prophecy and everything like that. So I'm not even going to get ear to it. It's just way out there, man. And I just want to know what you think about that.
When brothers talk about Egyptology, first of all, that's not our world, man. Egyptology is all sorcery. It goes back. Now, as I said in many of the shows, Aleister Crowley found out how powerful the Egyptology belief was. That's why he adopted their doctrine. Again, we go into doctrine. He adopted their doctrine and brought it back to England and then brought it back to the States. And what did he found that is most profitable in beliefs? So he put it in the fraternities and sororities. That's why you see all those shields in different fraternities and sororities. Aleister Crowley discovered all that. See, he was a powerful man of Satan, and he's in the industry. Most people in the industry has Aleister Crowley book as a Bible. So the Egyptologies, brother, mean well, but I say this and I say it again. Everything that they have talked about has fallen on deaf ears. There's nothing's come to pass what they have done. They keep talking about what they live in the past.
You know what? Because every time I was kicking it with him, he was like, yeah, man, just come in. You can learn the real science or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And if I judge them by his fruit, man, I'm looking at the sciences. They're doing all these wicked things. I start asking them about the chimeras. I start asking them about the Anunnaki. He's like, yeah, that's been going on or whatever. But, you know, that's an abomination to the Most High. You know what I mean? That's why he had to wipe the world out, you know, during Noah's day because the Nephilim was running around and all that. Yeah, man, it's like
remember,
the Nephilim was running around.
That the Egyptology is also a lot of sorcery. When you get into that, you notice they be talking like they talking in science, but that's that numerology. They'll get to talking about the salt, the pepper, the equal, the times, the MR, the CL. They'll get to all of that, and pretty soon you'll be totally baffled out of your mind, and a lot of women into that. So that's got nothing to do with our people, man. That's a whole other different type of people that has nothing to do with us.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's why I wouldn't even, give my ear to it. I wouldn't even, try to debate them about it because, like I say in Scripture, you do not have to listen to Satan. You know what I mean? You can just debunk them with Scripture. You know what I mean? And that's what we got to do. That's what we all about. Because the Bible is the only thing that stood still. Well, I mean, the Scripture is the only thing that stood still throughout the test of time. They done knocked down a lot of stuff. Our history. They knocked us out of there, but the Scripture stands tall or whatever. That's all I wanted to say, guys. Keep up. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm glad the callers was encouraging you, man, because she almost, threw you off topic. It's probably a lot of facts that could have got out. Might have to do a part 2 today because that was just foolishness, man. That was foolishness, but shalom.
Appreciate that. Tawada. Yeah, it is what it is, man. The only scriptures I was going to bring out to you was those 2 scriptures because I was going to end on that, but I brought it out early about the ending of the musicians and hoppers. That's the industry. That's why if you notice right now, the industry cannot make the money that it's used to. It's falling on deaf ears, and every time they try to bring somebody out, it falls, and he's trying to bring all these old schools out. You get what I'm saying? They're bringing all these old schools out, man, and it's just not happening. It is what it is. And when folks don't see that, we know that they don't have an ear. So basically, The only thing that she threw off was me probably elaborating on somewhat a little bit detail into Boule, which I think I've done that on so many shows. But I just wanted to touch on that subject. And it was kind of enlightening that she did call, because I need for y'all to understand that this is how our people think. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes it's good to know our people out there like that really think that way. And you ain't going to change them. That's why you go in Florida, why you think they walk around with their ass hanging out? Yeah, I mean, if y'all follow me on Facebook, yeah, see them photos I sent y'all with their behind out, butt ass naked, walking out there thinking they the shit. You see this, right? And you can't tell them that all they're thinking about is their nails and hair. That's all they want, their nails and hair, and found some big baller, and they think they're making it. A lot of times they come from broken homes. The mama ain't nothing, the daddy ain't nothing. And then the daddy may be on a culture, or the mama jump in bed, she's a hoe. The daddy may be a concubine lover. There's a lot of things going on in these households while these women are bugging out. That's what judgment is on our women, because they're so stiff-necked, man. They're really stiff-necked. They hate themselves. When you see them looking at other women, look at this bitch. She thinks she cute. They don't even know the woman. Already hate. When men see men are like, yeah, shit, I got that same shirt. I bought that same shirt. Good looking out, bro. But women naturally, especially a black women naturally hate another black woman if she look better or she got her own qualities about herself and she ain't getting off into that dumb stuff. You see what I'm saying? Or she's not with the in crowd. Or she's not a person that's going to tell you her business. She is one that's being picked on. And that goes on in high school, grade school, middle school, college, or whatever. Those are the women that are being picked on. But the one that's out there in the clubs with their hands up and trying to be somebody, them the ones that everybody wants to get to know, right? Them the hoes. Take the last call, y'all. Good afternoon. You're on the Yasha Radio Show. What's your view on today's topic?
Shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah, man. So that girl that just called, man. There's so much proof, man. So many facts, man. Look at Jermaine Dupri, man. He settled out with Chris Cross. He did them in the booty. Chris Stokes, man. He did them in the booty. Man, all the people she look up to, Drake, 2 Chainz, Baby, they all wear owl shirts now, man. What is she talking about? Lady Gaga, man. You can go on YouTube, look at her before she was a star, man. She was looking like a little Amish girl, man, on playing the piano like Alicia Keys and singing, man. They told her you can't be no little good girl if you get in this thing. They want her to carry on the Madonna spirit, man. All that stuff, man. So tell her to look at R&B now, man. Ain't no masculine R&B artist no more, man. Tell her to look up on YouTube. It's called the de-degradation of the black man through music, man. What the Boule is pushing, man. What is she talking about? Then I mean, she probably don't even know the nursing industry anything about that. Where they put in these vaccines, man. Down syndrome, kid cancer, all them things, man. You finna get into nursing. You finna get into an industry that don't don't cure the problem. They just manage the symptom. She don't even know that. She finna be work for drug dealers. She don't even know that, man. She young. Right. You know what I'm saying? It just don't make no sense how there's so much proof. Like I said, go on YouTube, look at something called, before they were stars, stuff like that. You can see how everybody before they was a star, they was a totally different artist. And they knew, and they told them, like, yeah, you talented, but you ain't going to be able to be who you was, you know what I'm saying, in our industry. Now, Satan worked a long time to have his people, these fans, the way he want them. He ain't finna let you go up there before his fans and do what you want to do. You going to do what he tell you to do before you get in front of his people. He worked years on changing them people and messing up these people's minds. He ain't finna let you get up there and say and do what you want. You know what I'm saying? And it's all through the industry. I mean, even the sitcom. Look at Martin. Martin brung on, he had the light-skinned girl versus the dark-skinned girl. Okay, he talked all about Pam. Just harp on her. She ain't got no man. She unstable. She was a freak. But Gina was all pure. Got the job. She's Pam Boss. That's Willie Lynch. Or the light-skinned versus the dark-skinned. I mean, this girl don't know nothing how the industry work. I love when you was asking her, have you been in the industry? Man, she don't know nothing, man. Look, don't tell her to research 9/11 because you probably don't even know that. I'm out.
Shalom. That's cool. That's good.
the show gonna cut off, but I'm gonna get to my last brother at 347. So that y'all may hear the show cut off and come back after we're done. We're gonna let this brother get his last say on. So the ones on the phone can hear us, but the ones in the chat room we're gonna cut off too. I want to say this before I get to my last brother. You already know that girl's idolater, and she's talking piss and vinegar. Not to rain hard on her, but if she was just a little humble, like some sisters come on here and just ask questions, and they don't know, and they may say, well, it just sounds like you speculate, and we can get to the heart of the matter. That's a humble sister that don't know and just sound like confused, but she sounded like she can't, like she know it, like she know exactly what she's talking about. She done been in, and I was waiting on her to say she's been in the industry because I can have more respect for her. But the fact that you 21, honey, that you haven't even lived yet. You probably don't even live in your first place yet. You ain't had hard times yet. You don't even know what time it is. It sounds like to me she's a club goer. She's an idolater. She's weak-minded. She's been hurt. She's been walked on, low self-esteem. She's probably very overweight. It just sounds like she's a big girl that eat Twinkies, you know. Let's get to the last caller. Good afternoon. You're on the Yasha Radio Show. What's your view on today's topic?
Hey, what up, Bach? How you doing?
Shalom, Bach.
Hey, I was calling to say, first of all, praise to Yahweh Shai. And I was fasting for like once a month or whatever. And I just wanted to say I decided to fast once a week, every week or whatever, because it got too easy, whatever. So I made I made an oath to Yahweh Shai to fast once a week, and I was like, it's coming very good right now. Everything doing good. It's easy. I feel better, great about myself or whatever, and things are really coming, up to par or whatever. And like I said, the young lady that was on earlier, she already proved you right just by calling in and saying the shit that she said. You know what I mean? Like us being idolaters and stuff like that. And I think a lot of stuff is about to even come out even stronger because, like you said, we talking about the KKK coming back or whatever. In North Carolina, they rallying like every other day. They rally out here in North Carolina. In these small towns where a lot of KKK members rallying together. The Social Security, they starting to switch. They're making it mandatory now for them to get cash card. They're doing that out here in North Carolina by June 23rd. You have to have a cash card. I mean, doing that with the Social Security stuff. I mean, it's getting great. Everything that basically we're talking about on the show, if you can research it, is coming to par. And like Rihanna, that bitch is either about to go crazy or she's gonna start exposing niggas. Every day she's doing something new. They tell them about who she fucking. She doing something wild and crazy. That bitch is about to snap. Watch she gonna snap, or you gonna find her end up dead from a fucking heart attack or some shit like that. That bitch is like going wild, man. She always gonna end up about something. Yeah, they're gonna be watch it end up being her next, and she gonna expose somebody, and they gonna say she OD'd or some shit like that. And another thing is, man, like I said, a lot of shit. If you up in this day now, you can't see a lot of shit that's what's going on. Like when I watch basketball and shit, you can see how the shit is set up now, man. Like the numbers, like the score numbers, it'd be like 66 to 59. And all of a sudden you see a foul happen. And you'd be like, damn, where the foul at? And motherfucker missed the first shot just so it can be 3 6s and a 0. It's crazy shit, man. They'll show LeBron up on TV, and they'll show Wade next to 3 and then a 6. And they always pointing their hand up in the air. They don't do like the 3 6s no more. They do the pointing now. And the shit is crazy. You can just watch it and see. Everything is coming apart or whatever. And like I was talking about earlier about the nurses, my girl, they want to get my kid vaccine or whatever. She went in the doctor's office, like, doctor was all fine and dandy with her until she was like, I really don't want those vaccines. She was like, what the hell are those vaccines going to do? She was like, my daughter has a strong immune system. She don't need all that stuff. Doctor started laughing. She stopped. Like, yeah, you should do this. But she couldn't never tell her what she needed the vaccines for. She just kept repeating herself over and over again. And, it just proves you right there that they're trained to do that shit. Actually, it breaks down your immune system. It don't help you with shit. Every time in the hospital, we had to sign papers, not for my newborn daughter, to get like vaccines and vitamin K shots and all kind of shit like that. They was trying to make it mandatory, but see, when they see you going against the grain, they're not used to people going against them. No doctors, so they start to question you, be like, you being belligerent? Are you trying to tell me how to do a job? We're like, no, we're not trying to tell you how to do our job. It's our baby. We don't want that shit in our kids. So they either scare you, like you're gonna go to the state or some shit like that. So they just showing you how you really don't have no rights. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to even your own kids, they trying to force shit up on you. And like I said, man, it's coming more and more to par out here, man. They got forest fires and shit on 6 different states. Got forest fires. They about to burn down Disney. Well, I hope they burn that bitch the fuck up, because I'm sick of that wicked ass place anyway. But like I said, man, everything's coming apart, man. Just keep the faith up, man. Like I said, Cherry's on his way. And like I said, we need more people to come call in like that. We need more. We need the ones, because the more they call in, the more you make they dumb ass look like idolaters. They make they self look like idolaters and let them know they wicked. And like I said, they not wake up now. Fuck them. They not gonna wake up. You know what I mean? But they gonna look for us and they shall not find. And last thing, that dude Pusha T, we call it Eclipse or whatever. His brother Malice backed out the rapping thing. Well, he quit with the rap and he do his underground thing now. But I think his older brother is about to do the same thing too, because he got a song out called Exodus 23:1, and it said, "Thou should not have false witness, or thou should not rub the hands with wicked. Righteous should not rub hands with wickedness." Or whatever, and that's the name of the song, but the song has nothing to do with the with the title of the song has nothing to do with the video and shit. But I'm saying they about to I think they even like trying to back off from the shit, even though they like signed their name in blood or whatever. But I think his brother is falling back from it because he was on the interview talking about he's seen a lot of shit and he don't want no part of it. You know what I mean? But like I said, he already signed his name in blood, so you can't you can't fuck with the devil and fuck with Yahweh Shai, Yahweh. You still gonna you fuck. But I mean, like I said, man, fuck them all. They don't want to wake up, but we still like to have them call in, let us know they are listening, because they are listening. Because when I tweet the motherfuckers, they be tweeting back some crazy shit. So I let you know that they are fucking miserable, yo. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Fantasia. She a miserable ass bitch, yo. I tweeted her the other day. That bitch is horrible, yo. Somebody tweeted her that she had no mirrors in the house. The bitch got pretty upset about that, which is true. She don't have no mirrors in the house because the bitch see demons. You know what I mean? But shout out to her anyway, and thank you for her responding back to us to let her know that she is a demon, man. Like I said, keep it coming. Thank you for everything you're doing, man. Like I said, charity's always on the way from this part, man. North Carolina map, baby.
Shalom, Mark.
Shalom.
As we all say, we like to end on a good note, and we do. We have that every now and then. We get folks that want to save the industry, and they young and dumb, talking piss and vinegar, and they want to save the world, you know what I mean? We love our black folks. We love our Israelites, and we love our righteous people, no matter what race they are. So let's just break that down. So we know you don't know the scriptures, and we know that you don't follow the show, because you instantly said the folks on Yashala Radio hate blacks. No, we don't hate our people, man. We love our folks. We just love the 1/3 because the Lord told us 2/3 are going to be done away with. You don't know that. All you know is bubblegum, popcorn, and Twinkies. You know you're a big girl. Lose some weight and get some self-esteem. Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatah, Israel.